like a boat full of people. Sorry, I'm really bad at analogies. Don't wake up on the dock. Wake up over there. You're not gonna see them for at least 2 weeks. I'm kidding. You're never gonna see them again. Of course, you've never seen them before, and you're doing all right. Welcome aboard the world famous Jungle Cruise. My name is Sean. I'll be your skipper for as far as we get. We're now entering the Amazon rainforest. Here in the Amazon rainforest, going up to 365 days a year. By my calculations, that is almost every other day. Now, if you look off to either side, you're going to see some of our butterflies. Their wingspan can range anywhere from 1 foot to a whopping 12 inches, making them the rulers of the jungle, true monarchs. Now, come up on our left-hand side. You're about to see the beautiful Inspiration Falls. And people often ask me, Skipper Sean, why do they call it Inspiration Falls? And they call it that because if you stare at it for long enough, it's supposed to inspire you to go deeper and deeper in the jungle. Everyone say, ooh. Everyone say, ah. Now, that's inspiration if I've ever heard it. We're now not only changing rivers, but we're changing continents. We're now in the Congo River, the deepest, darkest part of Africa. About to find out just how far our boat can go. Now, if you've ever wanted to see the Jungle Book, I have good news. It's over there. Up ahead, we have our world-famous Jungle Cruise boat rental facility. We've been taking people out on fishing trips, and the good news is the fish are biting. The bad news is those fish are piranhas. Now, over here on the left, you're going to see our giant python. They grow to be up to 24 feet in length, but don't worry, they're real friendly creatures. They can even get a crush on you. Careful, though, it's a very constricting relationship. You may start to feel smothered after a while. Just don't get wrapped up in that. You know what they say, first comes love, then comes asphyxiation. Oh no! Would you look what those gorillas did to the base camp? This is terrible. They painted our Jeep blue. The one on the right looks like he's aiming for a splitting headache. Just make sure keeping those hands and arms inside the boat at all times. Just make sure those hands are inside the boat back there. We're now turning on to the Nile River. It's the longest river in the world. It just goes on for miles and miles and miles. And if you don't believe me, you're probably in disbelief. That's it. Now, here on the left, you'll see an African bull elephant. Now, I can tell this is an African elephant because we're in Africa. Now, they're very rare creatures. I can practically guarantee you will never see another one ever again. And, that's an aardvark. Here is a sandstone rock formation. I like to point that out because so many people take it for granted. Out on the African Veld, we have some zebras, some impalas, some giraffes, and I don't know them, they must be new. Aww, that pride of lions is kindly watching over that sleeping zebra. How sweet. I'm kidding, he's tired. Daytime, well, and rest in peace. Rocks on that beach. Over here's my friend Ina. Everyone say hi, Ina. Why didn't you say it? We're just in the corner once again. You know what they say? Danger lurks around every corner here in the jungle. And if you look off to the left-hand side, you're going to see absolutely nothing. But there's something you don't see every day. But I do. Every single day. Up ahead, we have the majestic Schweitzer Falls. They're named after that famous explorer, Dr. Albert Falls. But don't worry about that too much right now. We're going to go over that later. All right, folks, we got a tight turn here. I'm going to need everyone to lean to the right. Lean to the right. Thank you. I couldn't have done without you. You could have done more. Feel that refreshing mist in your face. It contains up to 900 different types of tropical bacteria. Now, people often wonder how I landed my job here, and I think it's plain to see that I took a crash course, and I've been winging it ever since. That's kind of the tail end of my story, though. My career never took off like I thought it would. But we've been in the jungle as long as I have. You begin to smell danger, that is. Looks like we have some hippos over here. They can be very dangerous, but don't worry. I know how to scare them away. I love you! I love you! Well, Well, work's not living in my life anyway. Now, something tells me we're not out of the woods yet. Must be all these trees around us. Uh-oh. Looks like those chimps have gone a little bananas and taken over one of our boats. Now, I bet they think we're going to get the last laugh, but we'll just see about that. Now I got the last laugh, and I'll show them. Aw, now these two are catching some butterflies, and that's just adorable. But you know, if you ask me, butterflies just aren't what they used to be. Caterpillars. Now folks, it's time for the most exciting part of our journey. By far the highlight. Ladies and gentlemen, dreamers of all ages, it is time for the eighth wonder of the world. The one, the only, the backside of water! Now kids, please don't try this at home. You might think you're having a sink. Don't ask me how I know that, I just do. We're now changing continents once again. We're now in the Mekong River in Cambodia. Looks like there's been an earthquake recently. A new entrance to this temple was opened up. I don't know what's inside. We could find treasure. We could find danger. Think we should go in? Yeah. Well, we're going in. Keep your eyes open. Mine are going to be shut tight. Now this is going to be painful. It's a root canal. Take all the pictures you want. They're all wearing their trunks today. Now, does anyone know how I know they're Indian elephants? We're in Cambodia. Please pay attention. Now, there's two little squirts bathing under a full moon. Beautiful sight. Now, there are a couple here that like to try to squirt the boats. I'm going to see if we can sneak past them. Hold on. All right, looks like he's out of trunk space. I think we're going to be okay. Oh no, man, get down, get down! I'm not kidding! I'm just kidding. That's a little dry here, my boy. A lot of people think it's water that comes out of their trunks, but it's not. Now, during this point in our journey, I like to point out some of my favorite plant life. And I like that green one. Okay, that's hibiscus, that's lobiscus, and seabiscus. Yeah. Over here we have our world-famous Jungle Cruise Lost and gift shop. This is our gift shop. This is definitely not our Lost and Found, where we take lost items and resell them for a profit, because that would be unethical. And does that look like an unethical one to you? I don't think so. Now, as we come around this last corner, approaching the most dangerous part of our journey, the return to civilization. So as we come around, please make sure to remain seated with those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times. And do be sure to supervise your children. When the time does come to exit, if you're on this side, you're exiting out that front door. If you're on the jungle side over here, you're going to turn around, exit out that back door. Please don't cross those center crates at any time. Only terrible, awful people with no redeeming social qualities cross those crates, so please don't be one of those. Have you enjoyed your trip today? This has been the world-famous Jungle Cruise. My name is Skipper Sean, and if you didn't, well, my name is Muggsy Takata. This was the great movie ride. Well, you know, folks, I have to say of all my crews today, you have definitely been the most recent. And I mean that every time I say it. Now, you've been an outstanding crew, and hopefully sometime in the next 2 to 3 hours, we'll have you outstanding on the dock. Now, so we have a dock on the left and a dock on the right. That's what we call a paradox. Don't be too confused by that. If as you exit, you notice your feet are getting wet, you may have gotten off on the wrong side of the boat. Now, folks, I don't like to brag, but a couple weeks back, I got one of the highest compliments I've ever gotten on one of my jungle cruises. Lady my boat comes up to me and says, Pirates of the Caribbean was closed. So, if later on today I see you passing by the world-famous Jungle Cruise, I'll understand. Make sure to tell all your friends how much fun you had today. That'll help keep our wait times down. Now, is anyone planning on catching the fireworks later tonight? Don't. They're very hot. Recommend watching them instead from a safe distance. Now, I recently got back from a trip to the Canary Islands, and there weren't any canaries. I also visited the Virgin Islands, and wouldn't you know it, still no canaries. Oh well, what can you do? Now, my friend called me up the other day to have been diagnosed with Tom Jones syndrome. I said, Tom Jones syndrome, never heard of that. Is it rare? He said, well, it's not unusual. I better call him up and find out what's new, pussycat. Now, the employees of my local bowling alley went on strike. I was going to join them, but I didn't have the time to spare. Thought about getting a job down at the tennis courts, but didn't want to be a part of that racket. For a while, I was trying to make up my wages down the batting cage, but ultimately, I just couldn't swing it. I also worked in a vacuum store for a while, too. That job really wasn't for me. All right, folks, we're coming around here. Keep those hands and arms inside. We really don't want you to hurt our beautiful dog. It was just freshly painted. I'm just kidding. Has been painted years. All right, now those skippers are on their fingers like this. You know what this means? It means I'm a little bunny rabbit. That's number 2. It means we're going around again. Let's get started. Welcome aboard the world-famous Jungle Cruise. My name is Sean. I'll be your skipper for as far as we get. We're now entering the Amazon rainforest. Here in the Amazon rainforest, we're in up to 365 days a year. By my calculations, that's almost every other day. If you look off to either side, you'll see some of our butterflies. Their wingspan can range anywhere from 1 foot to a whopping 12 inches, making them the rulers of the jungle. True monarchs. Come up the left, you'll see the beautiful Inspiration Falls. And people often ask me, Skipper John, why do they call it Inspiration Falls? Well, they call it that because if you stare at it for long enough, it's supposed to inspire you to go deeper and deeper in the jungle. Everyone say, ooh. Everyone say, ah. Well, that's inspiration if I've ever heard it. We're now not only changing rivers, but we're changing continents. We're now in the Congo River, the deepest, darkest part of Africa. About to find out just how far our boat can go. Watch your head, watch your step. Make sure to use those handrails. Don't cross those center tanks. Up ahead, we have our world-famous Jungle Cruise boat rental facility. We've been taking people out on fishing trips, and the good news is the fish are biting. The bad news is those fish are piranhas. Here on the left, you'll see our giant python. They grow to be up to 24 feet in length, but